Hey guys, I made a video a while back listing some things that I like about MapleStory, and now it's time to list some things that I don't like. First, we're going to start off with party quests. That used to be something that I loved doing when I first started playing Maple. I was able to interact with the community, meet new people, and just having lots of fun with just random people every day. And I feel like that just kind of got ruined in Maple. Everybody wants to solo everything, they want to grind by themselves, they don't want to interact with the community. And I'm kind of hoping Nexon does something about that later on, maybe revamping the party quests, maybe introducing new ones, and hopefully they bring back the community in MapleStory. Next, we have the lack of GMs in-game and the communication between Nexon and players. I'm sure you guys have heard enough stories in the past few years about people not getting their tickets answered and just not being able to communicate with Nexon. They've been improving a little bit, I'll give them that, because they have been introducing community people to join forums and interact with the people. But they should really do more than that, especially with the amount of NX that people are purchasing. Maybe you can get some GMs to actually be in-game banning people and just interacting with the community. That way we know that they're actually doing something and they're not just there to host some events every so often. And if they do introduce new GMs, they better hire some good ones, because GMs lately have been banning people for like the weirdest reasons, and they're really not consistent with what they do. And next, we're going to talk about permanent NX. There used to be a time where Nexon actually released permanent clothes, and they just never really brought that back. You know, we've seen that with clothes, we've seen that with hyper rocks, we've seen it with pendant slots, and it's kind of unfair for new players, because a lot of the old players were able to purchase hyper rocks and permanent clothes and just all that permanent stuff that they released at one point in game. And that actually leads to my next point, which is the no shared cash shops with characters. The only characters that can actually share cash shop items are explorers. The hero classes can't share with heroes, the resistance can't share with resistance, and so on. And that's pretty unfair, because not everybody sticks to one character. A lot of people like to try out the new characters, they try to just find a new character to play and stuff like that. And I heard that KMS kind of brought that into the game for them, so hopefully GMS follows, and we'll see that very soon. And next we have balancing. I'm not entirely sure that Nexon understands what balancing means, just because they keep improving characters and nerfing other characters, and that just keeps happening like every 2 months, 3 months, and that's just not how you balance the game. And they even increased the HP for bosses. I mean, it was bad enough people couldn't even kill them the way they were, but they just had to increase their HP. Like, why? It's not like people got stronger. You only released like one overpowered class, which was Xenon. And for example, Dojo, I know at least like 50% of the people that actually did it before that revamp can't even do it anymore. They can't even complete it. They can't even get through one stage. And it's just ridiculous that they did that, because non-funded players already had a hard time, and now it's even worse for them. And we also have the lack of ways to get money. I remember back when I played MapleStory, there was quests that gave you like scrolls that give you attack for gloves, and those were worth like 15 million, and that was a lot of money back then. And I know they've been releasing like attendance events and hot times, but they make everything untradeable. People can't even sell it without risking getting scammed and just, losing everything they have. And everything would be pretty good if they made it tradable, so hopefully they end up changing that, but I doubt it, since I know some people who abuse that stuff. But it just ruins it for everybody else, and that's pretty unfair. So hopefully Nexon comes out with new ways to get money, not just by spending an X. And next we have a big topic that a lot of the funded people are having trouble with, and that's the cash shop scrolls keep coming in and out of cash shop. I remember at one point Nexon said that there were going to be a permanent addition to the cash shop, and I was so excited about that, because that way anytime I needed a guardian scroll, it would be there. Anytime I needed a protection scroll, it would be there. And now they're just here like every 3 months. And right now I've been waiting for about, how long has it been? Like over 2 months now? I'm not entirely sure. But I've been waiting for some guardian scrolls, because I need to scroll my tyrants. And I know a lot of people that have been waiting for protection scrolls. They've been waiting for superior wards. And it just doesn't make any sense to me, because they would make a lot more money if they made it a permanent addition to the cash shop. And next we have a very big issue in my opinion, and that's anything worth getting comes from Marvel Machine or Philosopher books or anything similar to that. And I understand that endgame armor and weapons should be hard to get, but you should be able to get them through playing the game, not actually having to spend money to get them, especially when it doesn't even guarantee you an item. You have to gamble with it and take a chance, and that's just unfair for people who can't afford an X. And hopefully we'll see that change, but I think Nexon's making way too much money doing it that way, and they're just never going to do anything about that. The next issue I have is something that I've been having for the past few years, and that's the lack of things to do past level 200. Yeah, sure, you can get to level 250 now, but there's really nothing you can do past a certain point where you max all your skills. There's no new party quests, there's no new events, there's no new bosses. Everything just requires money to do now, and a lot of people just can't afford to go Empress, they can't afford to go kill Magnus. They really can't do anything in Maple other than just AFK and just sit in FM doing nothing and just watching their character just sit there. So hopefully Nexon adds some new stuff for high level people. There's plenty of stuff for lower level people, but hopefully we'll be seeing some new high level content, but just gonna have to wait for that. And next is the biggest issue I have with Maple, and that's bosses not working. I mean, we've had the problem with HT where you have to wait 30 minutes for drops, and I understand that's to prevent like hackers from doing it, but hackers don't even go HT anymore, and the people that actually kill HT the way it's supposed to be killed have to wait that long to get drops. It just makes no sense. And speaking of drops, Chaos Root Abyss bosses don't even drop the Root Abyss armors or the weapons. Nexon just seems to keep releasing stuff that gives them out through NX, and that just makes no sense to me. They also put a limit on bosses, which makes no sense because they're trying to keep the items out of the market, like over flooding it or whatever. They wouldn't keep releasing stuff that gives them out. Like Philosopher books now give out Root Abyss armor and weapons, and I'm sure the Marvel machine will come back in the next couple months or so, and it's just going to keep increasing the number of items in the market. So I just don't understand why there's a limit. Like for example, I can only Empress twice a week. You can only do Chaos Root Abyss once a week, I think. And it just makes no sense to me. Hopefully they fix that, but it doesn't look like they're going to be fixing that because they haven't even acknowledged that it's a problem. I feel like they're doing it on purpose now because that's how they make money. By not including the drops in bosses that should be dropping them, they can release new items that actually give them out through Cash Shop, and that's pretty unfair. And I'm not an expert in running a game or anything, and I'm sure it takes a lot of time to fix the codes or whatever you have to do to maintain MapleStory, but not even acknowledging the problem is what really annoys me the most, because it just gets to the point that they're making it obvious that that's what they want to do. They want to keep releasing stuff that you can buy through Cash Shop so you can buy more NX, and people just don't have access to NX, so hopefully they fix that, but it really looks unlikely. And that's going to be it for this video. These are some things that I find wrong with MapleStory, and hopefully Nexon addresses them in the future. And let me know down in the comments what you don't like about MapleStory. We might have the same opinions, we might have different ones, so let me know down in the comments, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, and make sure to check out my previous video where I'm opening up some Philosopher books. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.